All right, hello everybody. This is the Fey Design Court podcast. I'm Savannah Broadway, and I am joined today by.
Oh, sweet. Hi, I'm McKean Favor. Nice to meet the internet. Um, and I do design stuff.
It's true. I've seen him design things. Unless you're doing like some very elaborate switcheroo, but I mean, I don't know.
Nope.
No, you're confessing? Is that a confession or?
It's been
Nope.
Fey magic all along. Is this
It's
our,
all
our coming out?
it's all just fey magic.
He's got a Sylvan tied down in the basement.
Right, it's fine.
All he gets is the quill, nothing else.
Shadow Wizard Money Gang. We love casting spells.
And speaking of Sylvans, we also have Mike Myler with us.
Hello, I'm Mike Myler. I have been designing games for a long time. At this point, it's probably approaching the age of the youngest people who might see this, which is what are we doing today? What are we doing?
So today we are going over the Pirates of Darkwater podcast, which the youngest people who might see this may never have heard of, and that is a terrible shame because it was a fantastic '90s cartoon that was cruelly cut short in its prime. Oh, and lest we forget introductions, this is Remy. She might be something of a problem today, but she's a conure. That's what she does. But anyway, yes, Pirates of Darkwater. There was a actual official. It has a barcode and everything. A D&D supplement for it, put out by Mind Games, and it has a lot of heart and has some interesting world building. And I have some opinions about its design that we'll get into today, and eventually we'll get around to playing it. But first, I'd like to take a look at the rules and how they've helped be stepping stones to modern design and how they can be improved on.
We're going to touch on one of the great, like, sacred unguents that nobody wants to touch. It's called Thaco. It's very sticky.
Oh, go on.
It plays an important role in all D20 games. Like, if you play Dungeons and Dragons, you have seen the echo of Thaco. But yeah, no, it is hopelessly confusing and backwards. But yeah, it's like when you design something like a machine, right? And then you realize, like, oh no, this has no suspension. Like, when you go over a big bump, it's gonna get destroyed. And then you just like jam the suspension into it without thinking about, like, the rest of it. Just like, it needs a suspension. That's what Thaco is. It's emergency suspension. Yeah.
I just have questions as to how much playtesting went into this and how much anyone listened to their playtesters. If yes,
It was a different age. That's
clearly.
for sure.
I just have the sneaking suspicion I would be drawn and quartered if I let that get through in design today. But you were saying, Akeem.
For me, it's also kind of funny because I have played one other. First of all, Thaco is a lot better than what I've been calling. I call it Thaco.
I was saying taco, so you're
But like, yeah, I vaguely remember playing like a bunch of kind of like spin-off games that also use the system. I think the other one was like Labyrinth Lord. It's just like the ones where like it's very close to D&D coded, but not technically D&D. If that makes sense, like close enough.
Osric? Is that what it's called? The like fan OSR remake of Second Ed, and then First Ed is Old School Essentials. I think it's called. They're like off the product line. Yeah.
right.
But yeah, I think Osric is for second edition. I'm not positive though. It's fairly in that community. Yeah.
All right, give me a minute. All right, so let's see. That is the creatures. So when it comes to the world of Myr, obviously this is not. This will inform our design choices, but is not itself design. Obviously, it's very much high adventure. We sort of decided it's our headcanon that it's a Robert E. Howard like style Lost Age. It's it's all about the vibes and not quite as much about what makes sense. I've been going through the equivalent of the bestiary, and I don't quite like. It's very fun, but I still have questions. But the idea is that the land of Myr has, I believe they talk about selling the 20 seas. It's essentially almost all ocean, and canonically, continents rise and fall daily. Like, I have no idea how their seismic stuff works. I'm not a geologist, but things just sort of pop up and then they go away. And I feel like some of that comes through in the numbers that it gives us to work with. Um, we'll go into a bit more of the history, I think, when we start playing as we set our backdrop. But yes, very like golden age of piracy vibes. Let's see,
There
and
be
I think we could
treasure.
probably start with it's on page 7 of the PDF we're working with. Races of Myr with the attribute chart, which I think is very interesting to look at from a modern RPG standpoint. Because we have some of the old faves. We have strength and dexterity. Let's see. We also have, let's see, so, oh, here we go. Strength is the ability to move heavy objects, crush opponents to a pulp, or engage in normal feats of strength.
Smashy, smashy.
Yeah. Let's see. Dexterity. Intellect is how much common sense an individual possesses, which common sense is such a dangerously broad category that I am concerned, but I'm glad we're not sharing my screen. Remy, get off the spacebar.
It's not working very well, so I stopped sharing my screen.
Alas. All right, so yes, we've got intellect, which is, I think, more of our wisdom equivalent. We have health, which is probably more of our constitution, how well you're able to fight disease and determine your resistance to poison. Magic resistance is entirely its own attribute. We have low magic and high magic points, which is there. One of the running themes you'll find in this is that it can't decide if it's a setting or a system, because it repeats in a lot of places that, oh, it can fit into your current game. And you can determine, like, say, is it attacks per minute or attacks per amount of seconds or whatever. So it leaves some things open, but then it does things like high magic and low magic.
Yeah. Which are
Uh,
completely nebulous, I believe.
yes, they are very much that. It tells you some things that you can do with them, but doesn't get terribly detailed. We have wounds, which determine the amount of damage you can take before death occurs. I guess you don't get to die, death just occurs. And we still haven't quite figured out how one makes a successful attack. So apparently that's just never going to happen unless we make it happen. Because your attack value is your damage, not your to hit.
So I think it's like the trick is it's match resistance, right? Like if it's a match attack, then we have to roll under match resistance, and then if it's an attack, they have to roll under our dexterity, maybe. No, dexterity 20. That can't be right. No, I take it back. I don't know. I take it back.
Well, I think part of it is that if I remember right from what I was looking at, say if we had an armor class that existed, which there is armor and it's ranked by a letter.
Mm-hmm.
But what I suspect the armor does is, like, say A is no armor, so that's, maybe -0, but it applies a penalty to your dexterity, your strength, I guess, is maybe what you would attack. It talks about crushing enemies to a pulp, so is that what you're trying to roll under? Not sure.
Well, in some spot they're talking about like the artillery skill, right? And like you shoot under, as long as you roll under your archery or whatever, then you hit the thing you're trying to hit.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no sword skill.
Yes. And, like, we have damage dice, which the damage dice look absolutely ridiculous on some of these pre-gens, which, like, I feel like it's missing something. Like whenever you read the description, it says that there's the world book and there's the bestiary and there's the
Mm.
maps. And like that's great and all, but I don't see anything for character creation. Like it expects you to be bringing something to the table, but it doesn't say what that thing is. So
Mhm.
is that a copyright problem? Was there an implied something that we just missed?
It looks second ed-ish.
Well, the Always the Quest website that I was looking at specifically calls it out as AD&D, but it doesn't seem to line up with the AD&D that I've seen, which is minimal, so I'm not sure.
Yep.
Yep. Because as far as character creation, it does give us like player races, and it gives you the minimum and maximum of what your skill or what your attribute points
Oh, okay,
essentially would
yeah, then
be.
it's so, okay. Okay, if your maximum is 20, then you'll always hit. Yeah, no, I didn't see the min max. Okay, good, but I stand by my make it a strength or dex check against yourself. Which,
Um, but yeah, it looks like some creatures like the Kree, who are apparently our equivalent of elves, come with a standard dex of 8. They actually get low magic by default, that sort of thing. Um, but like what? So we also get our pregens, which we're told are much stronger than other characters, but we're not told how. When you make a character, you apply like when do you get skill points? Well, yeah, you must get skill points because it talks about like, say, alchemy is a 5 point skill, so you have to put 5 points in it to get one rank, as opposed to acrobatics where you need to put 2 points in to get a rank. So you must get skill points somewhere along the line.
I didn't even realize this, but like in that same vein, I just realized that there is, unless I missed it, like the actual level up system of just like, okay, like now this is how you get more skill points.
Because that's the thing, I don't see any levels at all. So I'm not sure how many you get when you level, if there are levels. Like, do you get them as rewards? There's some systems that like, oh, if you fail 3 times and succeed 3 times at a skill, you get a point in it.
Mm-hmm.
no, I don't think there are levels. How do you get skills though?
It's a great question. Let me hop down to skills here. Skills is my current favorite part because I just cannot quite wrap my head around it. Let's see.
The mechanics are like the listing of like skills that they put. Because I know I remember seeing like alcohol consumption. And I was like, it's funny how often that shows up in certain types of games. Yet I have never actually used it unless I specifically was trying to do cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the numbers on the right of the headings are how much each rank of the skill costs. They're not all 5. So I'm like botany needs 1, blacksmith needs 2, arcane lore is 10 per rank.
I see. I understand alchemy being 5, but alcohol consumption,
Well,
like, okay, alchemy takes training and like resources and things, and alcohol consumption just requires booze. I'm just saying.
this is the era of Dr. Demento's D&D skit.
I guess so. Acrobatics only 2, anthropology 1,
Yeah.
ancient languages is 1, but arcane lore is 10. Which I feel like GURPS had something similar.
Mm.
I think
Um,
to give us skill points.
I guess maybe I do. But yeah, one of the interesting things, like, so, when you're building your own system, skills obviously very big part of it, and you have to cut that line between being too reductive, which I feel frankly is where 5e sets. Like there are just too few skills. And then you have something like Pathfinder, of course, has many, many skills, but what do you combine reasonably? So what I had in my notes, let's see. So hiding and moving stealthily are 2 different skills. Swimming and holding your breath are two different skills. Shipbuilding and carpentry are different. And I feel like we could reasonably, like, I don't know that we want to break it down and rebuild this system as a hobby. But I feel like reasonably you could combine some of these.
Sure.
Um,
These guys are overpowered. Why is it there's some like not overpowered?
I mean, all the regions are overpowered. We have no basis of comparison as far as I can tell.
Well, if it's AD&D, then you're a peasant. Like you're like a serf. You
Right.
start as Dennis from the Holy Grail covered in shit. But some of these, like the Skawn are fucking tanks. They are way more powerful. I'll play a Skawn.
Yep, Spawn are our dwarves, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. They've got a bunch of stuff going on.
I do wonder sometimes, like, because this is one of those things because for context, I was told to come in a little bit blind, so this is a fun like learning curve experience in the heat of the moment. But I do wonder if some of this is kind of like the curve of, okay, we have put out this book that is based on like something else, and like we were trying to figure out like what things we can put in versus what things we can't, like copyright reasons, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like in terms of like the system, because I know like that's still a thing today, so I do wonder if like that was like, oh, like if you need to actually make a character, you have to use like this, like the instructions from X book, but we can't repeat like the instructions of how to make a character in this book.
Where did you say you saw barcode? Where is this?
It's up at the top of, let's see, maybe? Yes, on the top of they call it character sheets, which is very confusing, but it's the bestiary. But yeah, top page, bottom right. And to be fair, I haven't checked the ISBN. It may not go to anything.
Yeah.
I have definitely encountered self-published books which put their own like ISBN on it, and it just didn't go anywhere.
Maybe the World Book is the fake one, and this is the real one.
Well, it mentions the World Book in the bestiary.
Does it?
Like in this package, you will find the 64-page World Book, the 105 new creature sheets, large color map, and encounter sites, which I believe is also in the World Book.
And there's just no son of a bitch.
The weird part of me also just kind of pictures like sometimes like when I'm looking at stuff, I just go like, I would love to know like the historical context of when this was made. Too, it just in terms of like in the evolution of like design and like mechanics. Like, is this like, oh, this is near like the beginning, which is why like, oh, we didn't realize like people wouldn't automatically know to do that. So like we got to put in a note for future things that we make, if that makes sense.
Back when this was put out, there was really not a lot of games in town. Like it was like this and Rune Master. Was Rune Master around 1990?
I have no knowledge of Rune Master and couldn't tell you.
But there weren't a lot of horses in town. You know. Hey, we got these horseshoes, and there's one horse in the stable. So.
Well, and it seems as though they meant to create more. If I remember right, somewhere it mentions the first 7 treasures of rule, which I suspect were all they recovered in the original series before it was cruelly cut short. I haven't reached the end of the original series for this most recent watch through and couldn't tell you.
1994.
Gotcha.
Also, Ian Dash, 1994. Ian Dash, decades ahead of their time.
Oh,
Yeah.
Go on.
Well, I don't remember seeing Dash until it started to get popular a little bit after I started working in this industry. So I don't know, 2013.
Also important to note that I believe the version that we're working with was remastered.
That's true. Yeah, you're right.
It said something about polishing some of the typography and cleaning up some typos and things.
Oh, those get you.
Yep. Oh, but yeah, so they were like, yeah, we'll release another book with the other treasures of Rule. So clearly they were optimistic about the show continuing. And then, of course, it never did, and I certainly can't find any further supplements in this line of things. So,
Mind Games Inc. Board game publisher. Age of Iron expansion. This is people. I'll propose official. I don't want to propose official. I want to find their website. This is definitely not the. Mindboard.com. No, anyway. Okay.
I will.
Sorry.
I was just gonna say, like, I will say one of the things I did like is that it does like that very simple system of like one die. There's like no other math really for like skills.
I did like with the skills also that was, let's see, which skill was it? Okay, so in acrobatics, when you reach skill level 10, you sustain only half damage from falls. For each point of acrobatic skill over 15, you can add an additional point to your dex score. Like, that's cool. I like the whole you get to a certain level. It is very firm about, like, okay, you're climbing this treacherous cliff. Only someone with a mountaineering skill of 12 can possibly attempt this feat, even. Like, you're not guaranteed to succeed, but you gotta be that good to not just get turned into paste.
Series Bible. Oh, there's a very large map. Oh, that's kind of a nice map. That's kind of a nice map. I'll drop in the Discord.
I thought it was hilarious that bureaucracy was essentially your combination persuasion / intimidation skill. It helps a character recruit hirelings, barter for needed equipment, and convince a skeptical henchman why he should risk his life entering a dark, eerie cave. Slight judgment for the lack of Oxford comma, but it's fine.
I'm just searching the internet now for like information about this book.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm actually just kind of like skimming because, like, again, like this is one of those things of I vaguely remember this from my childhood. So there's a overwhelming sense of nostalgia, but I don't know where it's coming from.
Just sort of ambivalent nostalgia.
What kills me is how close the character design looks like ElfQuest. Like I look at Rin and I'm just like, oh, it's ElfQuest. It's not ElfQuest, but it looks like ElfQuest.
Do you think it had the same artist?
I mean, they were looking at it at the very least.
Let's see. Oh, and I feel like another important thing to point out about this system is that instead of a dungeon master or a game master or a narrator or a storyteller or whoever, you have a master pirate, which doesn't make sense to me as a term, but I like it a lot, and it's how Mike bribed me into running this game, so clearly it's effective on some level.
I found a physical printing of it.
How many millions?
It doesn't say what it's sold data. I have to join the marketplace of worth.com to find out. But it was print. It was proper print. It looks like they hole punched it. Like in the box. Like it came in hole punched.
The creature sheets specifically call out that they're hole punched for, ease of use.
The world look is soft bound.
I will say, just again, from like a player slash ST perspective, the fact that they are hole punched makes me happy. I would eventually I haven't seen like the design for them. Are they kind of like just flat pages and you flip, or is it more of a like there's actual like is it kind of like designed like cards so like you could cut if you wanted to?
No, they're already cut up.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah. Okay. Last sold for is selling. Somebody wants to pay $400 for the original print is on eBay.
Okay, and you're gonna get that for us?
An extra
Write it off
delivery
business expense.
fee.
Yeah, I was gonna say it could come off on your taxes. It's fine.
Yeah.
I always sort of wonder what the IRS thinks of my tax write-offs.
Research.
It is.
Yeah.
Otherwise.
Also, the kind of like that curveball, like the IRS, when like you start reporting like the stuff for like our type of business, but also like the FBI when like they go like, what kind of stuff are you looking for online?
Oh, they fortunately don't care about us, or at least not me.
Yeah. But like I remember making that joke just because I know one of my friends, he's really big into like murder mysteries and horror, so
That's when you get into trouble.
yeah.
Well, metaphorical trouble. I've never heard of anyone having been accosted by the FBI about it, but I guess I wouldn't. So
Yeah. It's just like one of those running jokes.
yeah.
It's a good spot for us to take like a brief break because Google Meets apparently now has a 1 hour time limit. So we'll be right back after.
What a world we live in. Bye, everybody. All right. Welcome back to the Fey Design Court podcast, everybody. We are currently lovingly dissecting the setting slash system that is the 1994 Pirates of Darkwater booklet.
War.
I believe when we left off, we were discussing skills and how we weren't actually quite sure how the whole attacking things went. It is certainly unhelpful that we have an archery skill but not a sword fighting skill when basically no one uses archery, from what I remember from the show. Like, it happens, but...
Okay, so I looked up like how to make tax Darkwater RPG. First result. What is the fastest way to become OP within the dark RPG? I'm assuming you're talking about a different thing, but just like
Presumably.
God damn it, internet.
Yeah. As discussed, this was definitely an earlier time in RPG design history, and that makes any sort of research on it somewhat difficult. If anyone has any suggestions on search engines better for that sort of thing than Google, let me know, because in trying to advertise to you, Google just sort of trips all over itself.
There is an Ian world thread, as often one would hope. And they're in the second page before I even realize there is one. Okay, no, it's AD&D second edition. That is what this is supposed to be.
Knowing that a second edition AD&D is helpful.
Oh yeah, I forgot. That's more than one. Brief sidebar. Are you guys aware of Fighting Man?
As a class, yes.
One of us is aware. So the very first iteration of D&D, you were either a magic user, a thief, or a fighting man. And that was like it.
Yes. Which, for context, while Fighting Man does sound kind of hilarious, like, out of context, it is actually the term, and only reinforces my insistence that, frankly, Robert E. Howard's Conan the Barbarian had way more to do with early D&D than Tolkien did.
Oh yeah.
Like, Tolkien absolutely influenced, no doubt about it, especially, like, the races and things, but it specifically calls out in Conan, I think it was no, it wasn't the Scarlet Citadel, the Phoenix on the Sword, where it talks about when I was a fighting man, the kettle drums they beat. But the term is sort of funny, and I have to giggle every time. But anyway, Conan the Barbarian nut, that'll have to be its own entire running thing.
Okay,
But
So that's determine the number of hackers are relative attackers chance hit. Characters attacked from the rear do not gain a dexterity based bonus, and their attack is attack roll is flanking. Must be penalty for the optional shield and weapon front rule is used. Well, that doesn't. God damn it!
Wait, there's a friendship rule?
No. Weapon frontage.
Frontage. Okay, that's so much less cool. We need a weapon friendship rule.
I will say, like, I have seen some games that kind of go with that thing where they do they try to incorporate like combos. So like you and like if you have like you found it?
The attack roll. I found the attack roll. It's apparently in the Dungeon Master Guide.
Okay.
Subtract the armor class of the target from the character's Stako. And remember that if an armor class is a negative number, you have to add to the character's Stako.
Well, that's intuitive and simple.
And that's the only time we want to roll higher in this game. Is Stako. Okay, so Wrath has it reached 7th level as fighter. Stako is 14. Found on table 38. We'll get that later.
There's so many tables.
Hit a character of armor class 0. Wait, what? Okay. In combat, Wrath attacking wearing chainmail armor 86. Needs to roll an 8. So Stako 14 minus 6 from the orc armor, and an 8 or higher hits the orc. Oh, wow.
So how do we figure out our Stako?
Let's find out. It's been a long time. Calculating Stako.
Because this was not made for multi-classing, I feel. And I'm just saying, Tula is, of course, the ever-rare Druid Rogue cross-class, so...
I thought you used Ecomancer.
I mean, yes, but Ecomancers are Druids, let's be real.
Okay. Well, first characters have Stagos of 20.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can solve level 38, which I imagine is going to be like an inverse efficiency bonus table.
Fair.
Yep. It's by class.
Like fighters get like 1 per level, and clerics are like 2/3 or something.
Yeah, nailed it.
Which the priests get more than rogues? It feels weird to me, or thieves, or whatever they're calling them.
Rogues get slightly better off. Priests and wizards are on the low track.
I thought priests were like 2/3.
They're better off than the wizards, and they end lower than the rogue. The rogue progression is faster until 6th or 7th level.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For character higher than 20th level, yeah, whatever. So Stako is entirely by your fucking class and level.
Which we are not given for our preachants.
No, we're not.
You'd think they'd at least give them for preachants, and you would apparently be wrong.
And how do you know if monster hits? How do you figure it out? Don't monsters get Stako?
Let me see what it says in here. Let's see, attack value.
First episode of this section of the podcast is going to be us confused by
I mean, I'm pretty sure we could do a whole entire second episode with us being confused.
Probably having
I mean, honestly, I really love the idea of us like picking a system and then just taking one whole episode to be like, and this is what we think of the system itself, entirely separate from playing it. I'm not saying that we're gonna hate on it. It's just like, what do we think about it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think
I definitely don't want to hate on it, and I don't hate on this one. I question some of their choices. They were clearly very earnest, and they clearly left out some information, and that's... Well, we'll discuss whether or not that's their fault.
So,
I suspect part of it is that they can't directly reference AD&D.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's why
That's what
people
I was
always
thinking.
use the 5th edition of the world's most famous role-playing game.
Involves licensing with Hanna-Barbera, and they were like, you Hanna-Barbera.
Right. But Akeem, you were saying?
No, I was just saying, like, that's kind of like what I was getting at earlier, where I know, like, copyright in what you're allowed to like put into your book. So it's kind of interesting of this is its own world book, and it relies on apparently like the actual system book to work, but it also has its own sections of which skills to use. So it's kind of like this back and forth curveball of like we're not specifically going to use like the stuff that is in X book, but we are going to make things that reference the other book that we are not going to reference here.
Yes.
Did you see anything about like how the letters for armor works?
I have not been looking at that.
Okay.
I need so it's adt2.fandom.com. That's what I'm looking at. This website at least looks fairly well organized, but yeah. I have no idea how monsters attack rolls.
It's a great question.
Do they have a value on their sheets? Maybe.
Let's see. They have the damage from their attack value. Let's see. What is a DD? Damage dice. The number. Oh, okay. So. So we have damage dice, which is the number and type of die used to determine the amount of wounds a creature can sustain before it dies. Okay, so that's its health. And then we have the attack value, which is how much damage a creature inflicts when in melee. After each successful strike, consult the creature's attack value. Let's see. When it comes to armor ranking,
Roll your armor class against them or something?
maybe?
Oh, I see. Armor is sometimes optional?
Also, side note I want to bring up about the bestiary I was looking through, and the dagrons, which are kind of like wyverny looking things. It specifically talks about how if there are 3 or more it was a certain amount of dagrons, the minimum of which was 3 together, then there's a chance that there are 2d6 hatchlings. And I'm just saying, this tells us that there need to be 3 dagrons for mating to happen. And that implies some things, and I have questions. Careless whispers.
We're gonna again. This is our first recording. We're gonna get my echo out next time and have everything properly next time. I promise.
This is also us being confused by streaming.
So confused. Which is not a great advertisement for our skills designers, by the way. I just wanna we are aware this does not look good. We know.
I'm just saying those are entirely different skills. It's that we're so good at designing, we're just not quite as good at streaming.
There's a learning curve, and you know what? Everybody's got to start off somewhere, so I have no shame.
Good thing to do.
I'm filled with shame. I was raised by the death cult. It's like the whole thing. Shame. Bless.
Well, see, conveniently, I have, what's it called? Defiant avoidance disorder. So when it's implied that I should be ashamed, then I'm even less shamed, conveniently.
Oh, jealous. Fucking jealous.
I mean, it's terribly annoying a lot of the time. It means that people tell me, you should play Final Fantasy, and I will never play Final Fantasy as long as I draw breath. And I'm depriving myself objectively of a very well-made series of games, but I will never play them because someone told me that I should.
Okay, quick, you need to stop for a moment.
Bruh.
So not any not Final Fantasy 7, but like none.
Oh.
See, I'm kind of like I avoid Harry Potter. Like, oh, Harry Potter. I've learned that when everyone goes like crazy zeitgeist about something, it's usually not very good. And I was Harry Potter. And many other things. Final Fantasy, like I've never had people being like, oh, fucking
my closest foray into Final Fantasy is I was coerced into watching Advent Children one time.
Oh
Mm.
no. I mean, like there's some cool scenes in there, but if you didn't play through the game,
I had very little context.
yeah, no.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like I played Final Fantasy VII, and there were moments where I had, because like when I was played it, I was younger. I had to go like pause, wait. I have to process this to make sure I understand what just happened. But yeah, I do, not to go off on it. I like Final Fantasy. Um, I also, this also does make me just think of what's it call it?
There's a cutoff point for Final
Yeah.
Fantasy games, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So everything up to Final Fantasy 9, pretty fucking solid.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
fuck Titus, fuck all that Final Fantasy stuff that was so fucking dumb. Spoiler alert! It's all a dream. The main character's fucking dream. It's all fuck you.
But Mike, you missed the opportunity to do dress spheres in X2.
And then so like what was it 13 they went to crazy run around point stuff auto fucking step program every one of your NPC characters or whatever. Or was it 14 or 12 whatever. Sucks. And
You lost me entirely. I'll take your word
the
for it.
remakes, like the Final Fantasy 7 remake. What are you doing? So like the first kind of okay, but they like the chapters are like the first chapter's like this, second chapter's like this. And I'm just gonna keep going, with my hands well off the screen. And then the third chapter's like this. And then the follow game. So I would not recommend any Final Fantasy. I would recommend the original Final Fantasy 7 game. Or 9, I think you would enjoy greatly. There's like little black mage. I'm not gonna like a lot of little black mages.
I mean, I like spoilers, but our viewers might not, so that's probably good.
Yeah. Eight was cool when you're a child. You have time to like grind in the field and like absorb spells. The whole magic system was this weird thing where you like stole stuff.
Wild.
So like it sounds cool concept, right? But like it ends up being like I have to go harvest pure spells before I continue adventuring. So here's 30 minutes of my life wasted. But yeah, no, seven, great, nine, great. The weird one that's always mistitled between the release here and in Japan. I think it's Final Fantasy 4 for the SNES. Amazing. But like anything after the PlayStation, just don't.
Fair.
Yeah. So this is actually this does pique my curiosity. Savannah, what game would you recommend for someone who would like, they don't want to play Final Fantasy, but they do like RPGs? Are you just not like an RPG person?
Like the Gaia girl, maybe?
No, I mean, so honestly, the main JRPG that I play is Dragon Quest VIII, and it is in that specific. So it's probably not Final Fantasy's fault in general. I haven't tried them. But honestly, I think it's partially the ADHD. Like, my particular flavor cannot get into RPGs. Like JRPG stuff, which is... And it's specifically 8. I've played no other Dragon Quest. I just got it. It just got grandfathered in somehow, and I was all in. I recently replayed it. I didn't think I had like 70 hours in my life for video games anymore, but I did. So.
A little bit of the Dragon Quest last year, thinking about going to the Dragon Quest like the amusement park.
Ooh.
It didn't click enough for me to be like, I gotta go this and download it, whatever. When I got my shit changed. I can see the value in it, though, in the virtues. Yeah, that's pretty solid JRPG.
Yeah, but yeah, I would never play the remake because I'm super fond of the soundtrack. And when 8 was released in the States, it got a full orchestral soundtrack. But when they did the remaster, they specifically went with the Japanese soundtrack, which isn't bad. Like, nothing wrong with it, but it's like the nostalgia thing. It's not mine.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Also, don't even get me started about the whole marrying Jessica new ending thing. Anyway, all that to say, it's very weird that I enjoy TTRPGs, because when it comes to JRPGs, I'm mostly annoyed that I can't hit things. Like, if I don't hit things, it's because the computer said that I couldn't hit things, not because I pushed the wrong button. I like hack and slash. But at the same time, the dice say I can't hit things, and Brain is like, that's fine.
Oh, they're making a new Onimusha. They're making a new Onimusha. Nobody cares about what I just said. But it's.
I don't know what you just said.
Okay. All right. So you remember Resident Evil and how it was like here's the 3D figure walking around in 2D backgrounds.
Mm.
Okay.
Same thing. But medieval Japan.
Mhm.
So Resident Evil, but medieval Japan.
Are there still zombies?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, they're not zombies, but like yeah.
basically.
Fucking Onimushas. Yeah. No, they did HD remake of the first one with like extra content and stuff you get on Switch now. No, they're making like a new one. I can't believe you don't remember. So the third one had fucking Jean Reno in it. Nobody.
Nope.
Remember that? He had a whip sword. It was like half in modern day Paris.
That sounds really cool. No. Clearly, I'm sleeping on this.
Rippy said it's really no, dude. But that's when they moved to 3D environments, which kind of changed the whole vibe. The first two games like just like these insanely gorgeous, beautifully illustrated scenes that you're walking samurai of like relatively low graphic textures. And yeah, the third one is all 3D, jumping around, just felt like Devil May Cry, but like weird. Yeah.
Fair.
But first two innings fucking awesome. Make another one. Go check out. If you want to play a good hack and slash RPG like fucking Onimusha.
Fantastic. Yeah, no, I cut my teeth hack and slash wise on Drakengard. And just the concept of there are 1,000 enemies on this map, go stab all of them, just appeals to my brain. It's probably no surprise that Berserker is my favorite character class. So. All right, so Pirates of Darkwater, everybody. Of which there was a video game. That I know of which I know very little and thus cannot contribute to this discussion. Yes, Rami. Side note, if anyone hears me say Beaky randomly, it's because my parrot is flot calling and it's very important. All right, so
It's a side scroll beat 'em up.
less interesting. Street Fighter knockoff.
Street Fighter's like a fighter. Beat 'em up's like Streets of Rage.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah. Which one was it where whole turkeys dropped out of trash cans? There was something where.
Streets of Rage.
Okay, cool.
Or it could have been River City Ransom. There's a couple beat 'em ups.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you think Minga melons fall out of trash cans in the Pirates of Darkwater one? We never actually see people eat meat, I don't think. Yes, I remember.
Huh.
The Genesis version was a platformer, and it says the role-playing game had a limited production run in '94.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonder if there's an emulator hanging out. Hypothetically.
Yeah, maybe at some point we'll figure that out. It should be a pain in the butt to get it to work.
Oh, probably. Meek.
So anyway, how do monsters make attacks in this? Do we know?
We have not figured that out, no.
Well, we know how we do it as characters.
Well, we can probably adapt that.
Monster. Weapon type modifiers. They go roll.
Also, an interesting thing that I sort of touched on before was that things happen per minute, which is so insanely long compared to, current RPGs where you get 6-second rounds.
Everybody's fucking Batman.
Which I'm just saying, I think the whole rounds thing came from Romance of the Three Kingdoms, where it talks about, they fought for 30 bouts. I'm pretty sure a bout is a round.
The attackers they go. But there's no Seiko. Do they have monsters on this website?
I mean, I would hope so.
Monsters. List of monsters. Okay, so here's an Aarakocra. Armor class. It has a thing. It lists the fucking Seiko. the Pirates of Dark Water. You got no Thaco.
I'm not seeing no Thaco.
That's
No
no
nowhere.
Thaco.
Thaco is supposed to come after hit dice four number of attacks.
Well, we don't have hit dice or number of. Well, we might have number of attacks, maybe.
No,
No, attack value, armor rating, number encountered. We don't have their strength, interestingly. We only have their dex. So maybe dex is what we're like rolling against. Which doesn't answer the question, but
has DX of automatic.
I don't know what that means.
When in combat attacks, use dexterity able to attack twice per minute, may attack individual twice or stack to individual. I think you're right. I think we are at the dexterity for a replacement Thaco.
I would also like to put forth skipping from minutes to rounds because it's just going to bother me.
Yeah, I will say that would make it simpler, right? Where it's just, if the dex is always going to be 20 or under.
No. Sometimes the dex is higher.
Oh.
So beings with a dexterity above 20 when it comes to initiative are handled in the following manner. For each point over 20, subtract 1 point from 1d4, with a result less than 1 meaning automatic initiative. For example, a player who has a dexterity of 23 and rolls a 2 automatically moves first. All ties are re-rolled. So it'll have a die roll your dexterity score.
Backcat.
Also, it wants you to, at the end of each melee time, which seems to be like a minute in this case, a new initiative roll must be made. So that's every time you start from the top.
Yeah.
Everybody goes into different.
It's incredibly
Yeah, I'm not really feeling that myself.
Yeah. It's more things to keep track of, and also just like if you have multiple people, it's just like Savannah, roll, and then roll, and then roll.
Well, like I gotta write down all these initiatives, or I'm gonna lose track, and I don't
Yeah.
want to do that a
Yeah.
bajillion times.
Yeah, just do it like every other minute.
Okay, so that's one problem we figured out. Use dexterity in place of Thaco.
Mm-hmm.
Or somehow with it. Thaco's 14 higher. Creature on class 0. So armor class. So dexterity minus armor class. Yeah. Okay. I think we're good.
I feel like with the numbers or with the letter armor type, we might as well just assign a number and like use that to alter the goal.
Let me pin that in Discord so we do not lose this important website. I'm sure we'll get referencing.
Yes.
You know, this actually is kind of cool from the standpoint of, as designers, as we're going through this, like we are eventually going to end up with our own like homebrew set of rules that would like allow people to, play this at home.
Yeah, maybe at some point we will
Release a free PDF of our hodgepodge.
If we do, we'll contact this person providing us this thing. What's your name? I've seen it multiple times.
Smitha?
Yeah, you're right. Smitha Prasad.
Which is a pretty impressive sounding name, honestly.
It does sound pretty good. Although I saw one the other day in fucking Mario RPG Brothership. Playing through Brothership. Dewey, like DWY.
Like Dewey Decimal, but not.
Fight him. Dewey fight him.
Oh,
That's a Seymour Butts level of improbability right there.
So good. you guys read the news of the weird? Because there were some names this week.
No.
Looney John Franklin Tunes was arrested for attempted murder, I think in Idaho.
Did it involve an anvil?
No.
Or like an Acme bomb or something?
No. He was high on mushrooms and drove into they survived. Dudes were changing lights in a tunnel. He hit the stair lift thing and flipped his car. And then they found mushrooms. Or am I thinking of Patches Magic Beans. Another name. Yeah, Patches Magic Beans. No, I don't get it wrong. Hold on.
I have so many questions, Mike. I have so many questions.
I don't know how you guys are weird.
I don't even know what this is.
Oh, it's a weekly. It's just somebody who gathers all the weird things. All right, yeah, Milwaukee. John Franklin tune 42. No. He was just shooting at the cops. That was in Oregon. He was just shooting at the cops. And then it was in Minnesota, where Patches Magic Beans 34 of
Patches
Wisconsin
Magic Beans
was found with mushrooms after his car in a tunnel. Yeah. Instagram page says he's a wisdom keeper and a corn juggler. So just like the whole package.
Is this person real?
Like,
if I came up with a character called Patches Magic Beans, no one would take me seriously. I'm just saying.
It's true. And John Franklin sounds like Looney John Franklin tune. Just like Mike, what's the name of the tavern keep? And I'm just like, fucking Looney John Franklin tune. Looney John Franklin tune. That's his name. You're at his establishment. That's all, folks. Yeah.
Yep. Brilliant. Accepted.
News of the weird, dope.
No kidding. I am. Wow. Someone marinated their turkey in tequila?
Yeah, that was a good one.
Oh my gosh.
How that fire? Who could have thought?
No idea. See, if we do a news segment, can we just do a news of the weird segment? Because
Maybe. I'm not against that. It's on reading every week.
Anyway, did anybody notice that the Wraith is canonically haunted?
No, I did not notice that.
So, for context, for folks not in the know, the Wraith is the ship that our heroes sail about in Pirates of Darkwater. And it's a character in its own right. Cut from mystical trees on a remote island, the lumber used in its creation maintains its own life force. At times it may seem to be haunted. At other times it may seem to have a mind of its own. Until Ren and the crew decipher the mysterious carvings in the Wraith's decking, they are often at the mercy of the boat's capricious spirit. So look forward to that, guys.
I just love that. Just like, all right, well, today we're going. Wraith goes, no, I don't want to go in that direction. We're going this way.
Right? I would, also, its sail can be used as a 4-man hang glider.
Oh.
Yeah. In addition to allowing the ship itself to, like, glide.
You know what this does remind me? The other thing we're eventually going to have to figure out how to do ship-to-ship combat.
That's true. There are only 2 ships that have full stats. They have some generic ship stats around too. Let's see, and also the scout ships that come out of the big bad's ship, which, by the way, is canonically made out of Leviathan carcasses. As you.
I wonder if that's also haunted.
Yeah. I mean, it looks super haunted.
It's to protect from dark water. Leviathan skin protects from dark water.
Most Murian ships are mounted with modified land catapults to enable them to destroy an adversary at distance. Since these catapults are on wheels, they can be deployed wherever they're needed. It takes 10 minutes to remove them once they're secured for battle. You can grappling and boarding parties. You know, I'm just saying, it talks about the crew of one ship may attempt to grapple and board another. In this way, they can kill all the opposing crew and claim the ship and wealth aboard as their own. I'm going to rule you don't have to kill everyone on the ship. That's not necessarily how piracy works. Um, but hey,
I think it's just the artillery skill. I think it's just going to be straight up use the artillery skill to aim shit at a boat.
let's see. We have a ram strength number, like damage
Well, that
number.
wouldn't be artillery. That would be it's got to be like a C. A sailing. Yeah, there's a sailing skill.
Yeah, that makes sense. We have defensive values for different parts of the ships. Hull, forecastle, and mast.
Maybe treat artillery as a Thico then?
That makes sense. Though it would be like super high.
It is an expensive ass skill. It's five skill points per rank.
But like the hull has a defensive value of 42.
What?
Oh, it looks like this must be its hit points. The defensive values represent the maximum damage each part can sustain before becoming unusable.
Mm.
So that's still not helpful, frankly. Ship types.
Also, because if oh wait, is this right?
Maybe sometimes we could do like sailing versus artillery rolls.
That makes sense.
Because I'm just looking at because the Maelstrom is supposed to be like one of the like legendary ships, correct?
Basically.
Legendary pirate world.
Yeah, but we only get 2 of them that have names. It's the 2 most infamous ships.
Right.
And it's like specifically immune to all attacks. It has 2,500 damage points to its hull. It has specific damage points for its rudder, mainmast, foremast, and mizzenmast. Like, honestly, with these stats, how the heck do our heroes keep surviving? I don't even know. But yeah, I'll try and start a document this afternoon with our hodgepodge, and we can work on that.
For the
product size limitation, full details from the Maelstrom will be published by Mind Games at a later date.
R.I.P. Mind Games.
R.I.P. Mind Games.
Actually, I wonder what happened to them. Mind Games Company.
RPG. You'll find Mind Games RPG Company.
Yeah. Also, they're from Illinois. Hey, look at that.
MindGames.be. Oh. Crafting Sonic Landscapes since 1997. Not who we're looking for.
Nope.
Brainwave control games. I got a brainwave control game one year. He is a brain scientist. Ended up using it in the lab for a couple of things. I was like, what the fuck?
Wild? Let's see. Scroll up.
Here's, I think, a game shop called Mind Games.
Mind Games Inc. Niles, Illinois, of course.
Mind Games US.
Let's see.
Mind Games, no. MindGames.com, obviously. RPG, Mind Games, no. Storytelling, you have Spider-Man Games. Mind Games, Melbourne. I think that's also just going to be, the oldest and biggest game shop in Australia. Oh, that's cool. Fill the silence with one of these buttons. Which one we gonna pick? We're gonna pick this loud one. Turn down your volume a little bit.
Michael, don't leave me here.
I could hear that from like my headphones through you.
I found out and I was like, oh, my name is, we'll keep it at.
Amazing.
I'm giving up on the Mind Games. I think they're long gone.
No kidding.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Mind Games.
No kidding. You did your best. We salute you.
Did they do their best? Punching up,
We're go-
punching up, punching up,
yes,
punching
yes,
up.
we're going to charitably
Your
assume
best,
that
your
they did their
best.
best. They had to go through. They had to jump through hoops to get this licensed. So
Mm.
I'm going to assume that they did their best because they had to put in so much effort otherwise. It's like when people have pink and seafoam houses. Someone fought to have their house that color, so I assume that
Yeah.
they like it. Yeah, no, like these people are hecking ghosts.
Reviving dead games. I kind of like it.
Hmm.
I mean, I watched the whole series. A bunch of this stuff did not appear in the series, but it's definitely drawn by the same fucking guy.
Yeah.
So if I'm understanding this correctly, archery is what you use for basically any weapon that is ranged, even if it's like an actual gun.
Yes. Unless it's like a catapult.
That's a siege weapon. Siege weapon.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Engineering, and carpentry. I guess those are separate.
It's one of those like it makes sense technically to separate them, but it just seems to muddy the waters a little bit.
Well, if it was 5 points for a combined thing, would you know?
Yeah. Oh gosh, silent movement is 7 points.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah.
Okay, so piloting and sailing are two different skills, and you have to have at least one person who's proficient in piloting to dock your ship.
Also, healing is a 20 rank skill that does not require fucking magic heals or wound points heals twice per day.
Which, considering how very oomphy some of these wound points, like some of these attack values are, not.
You would need 400 skill points to get rank 20 healing.
Oh, also, I did some math when it talks about swimming. Let's see. For each skill level attained, a character can swim up to 10 feet per minute. So a character with swimming of 12 can swim up to 112. So for the record, let me see. Did some math. Okay, so that means at max level you can swim 200 feet per minute, which seemed like amazingly fast. Except I did the math, and Olympic athletes, which admittedly this is like the peak of human, can swim 4.6 miles per hour, which apparently goes to 406 feet per minute.
So you can go like half as fast as Michael Phelps.
Yes. Well, actually, not even Michael Phelps. Like 4.6 is average for an Olympian. So it's still really fast, but like you can get up into the high fives, I think.
I don't know.
Are some of like best.
You ever try to like sprint like as fast as you can fucking sprint? And then,
I'm just saying, if I had 20 points in something, I'd have expectations.
It sounds not totally. Yeah, I guess 20 is a lot.
I mean, as far as I can tell, 20 is max level in skills. Which, I mean, I don't have 20 points in anything, so I don't have anything to complain about, I guess. But
Swimming like 5. I'm going way slower.
yeah, no, absolutely.
Going like 50 feet.
I'm not sure, frankly, that I have 1 point in swimming. I can only aggressively doggy paddle, but
I'm not great at swimming. Dense person. It's not great.
well, and like if you live, well, never mind. I was gonna say if you live in a world that is literally 90% water, then maybe you would swim better. But apparently, historically, like sailors just didn't swim terribly well.
Well,
So-
knowing how to swim is like heavily tied into poverty and means. So,
Mhm.
even if you live like near water, if you don't have a lot of money, then you don't have time to go.
Well, and like, what kind of water would you want to swim in? Also, because like, polio, anybody?
Oh yeah.
Or like, if you grow up by the docks, you don't want to get in that water.
I've lived in New York City my whole life. I don't need to swim nowhere.
Yep. Nope.
Get out of the water. I'm never coming out. It's a one-way trip.
All right. Well, it looks like we are coming up on time. So on that note, we will start signing off.
Yeah. Zan, tell everybody where they can find you on the internet, even though we don't know what you're up to.
That's fair. Well, you can find most of me on the internet on Patreon via the Gate Pass Gazette, put out by Ian Publishing. And what I'm yes, Remy, I know what I'm currently up to is being yelled at by a bird. And yeah, no, I'm putting out the Gate Pass Gazette. I got a couple personal projects rumbling, but nothing quite to report yet. Mike.
I'm Mike on the Blue Sky is the place to find me these days. I just look up Mike Wiley, you'll find me. I'm also on Mastodon, and I have a website, MikeMiley.com, and much like Zan, I edited a magazine for Ian Publishing, Ian Cider. What are we on? Well, now we just moved to the magazine but we were at like 600 somewhere. It's going a long time. You want some 5e stuff?
They don't diminish that. That's a lot of stuff.
Best deal. Yeah. And then Akeem, tell us.
Hey, I am Akeem Favor. You can find me online currently nowhere, just because I am just getting started. That is one of my personal projects, like making an actual website so that people can find me. Also, kind of making a Blue Sky account. I just have one, and I barely go on. So if I'm gonna promo like something that I can interact with everybody. If you put forth the effort to come see me.
Yeah, you gotta put in the time with Blue Sky and like it's worth it though. It's worth it. It's the most positive social media platform I've been on a long time.
Yeah.
You can technically find Remy at Wreck-It Remidim. Her Twitter is woefully unupdated, but it has a great backlog of cute parrot pictures. And eventually, she will also have her own Blue Sky, because, that's where birds belong.
It's true. She's not doing any OnlyFans.
No only burbs. I refuse to call it X. You can pry its name from my cold dead hands.
Right.
Calling it X is like it's not dead naming. It's like those weird people who adopt children and then change their names, which is a thing that happens for reasons.
I won't even change my dog's name, my pet's name.
Right?
It's like they already have enough going on. Just fucking.
Yeah, I don't even know. But anyway, take care, everybody.
All right. I don't know what we're gonna do for outs, so I'm gonna go with this one.
Yeah, boy.